we filming? Yes! Hey everybody, and welcome to my first ever Q&A. I put up a little post on Instagram the other day saying that I was going to be doing this Q&A, and I was kind of worried that no one would actually have any questions, but there were quite a few, so thanks! Thanks for your questions. So I'm just going to scroll through some of these. Got my phone here. Do you like my little sticker from TNT? Plotted by Falak asked, how long have I been training for? I've been training for 7 years now. How many injuries did I get? Quite a lot of injuries, but fortunately most of them have been fairly small injuries. Lots of cuts and bruises, twisted ankles. My worst injury from freerunning was probably my torn tendon in my knee. I've also separated the AC joint in my shoulder, but that was more doing stunts rather than freerunning, so yeah. And how did you learn to avoid them? I'm not so good at avoiding them actually. But what I would say though is that I've got a little bit better at learning when I shouldn't be training and training around injuries. So where I used to just push through pain, I've kind of learned not to do that so much and actually let my body rest, which is good. The Wall34 asks, what is your favourite brand of leggings? I don't know, the brand that I probably train in the most are my Nike, what are they called? Nike Dry Fits, that's what they are. I've got like matte ones, shiny ones, long ones, cropped ones, all of them. They're probably the ones I wear the most often, but my favourite pair of leggings are the ones that I got sent a while ago from Just Live. I'll try and insert a clip of me doing something in those here so you know which ones I'm talking about, but they're chameleon print and they're really cool, and they're the ones that people most often comment about on videos, so yeah, Just Live. Shayla.Zarania, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, asked, what do you think about feminist? I think you probably mean feminism, or maybe you mean about feminists in general. But let's go with feminism. Do I believe men and women should have equal rights and opportunities? I guess that basically is asking. Yes, obviously. Do you not? Originally I just read that as Snow Beanie, but Snowbeane15 says, when you were young, what did you want to do when you grew up? Now, I actually wanted to be a lady farmer. I think this probably stems from the fact that my favourite books when I was little were the Sophie series by Dickens Smith, and she was a girl who wanted to own a farm when she grew up basically, and I liked TV series like the Home Farm Twins, and my mum always wanted to marry a farmer when she was younger, so yeah, loved farms, so I wanted to be a lady farmer. I'm actually allergic to most of the animals there though, so probably wouldn't have worked out very well. Tarviton2 asked, are you coming to visit Finland? I don't have any immediate plans to, but I would love to, so if there are any events going on there, get them to invite me. Jack Pratter asked, are you going to start doing more tricking in 2017? Yes, I will be, and I need you to help me, so hopefully see you soon. Miriam Guez? Sorry, I'm definitely getting that wrong. When did you start training parkour? How many years ago? Why? Okay, so I've already said I started training 7 years ago. Why? I was doing cheerleading at the time, and I thought I wasn't recording. I was going to have to start again, but no. Yeah, I was doing cheerleading at the time, and I was training at Southampton Gymnastics Club, which was the local gymnastics club to where my university was. And it was pretty much me there and a bunch of guys doing freerunning and tricking and all that good stuff, and I just sort of started joining in more and more until it got to the stage where I was like, I probably would consider myself a freerunner now. Yeah. Does that answer why though? Why? Why was just because it looked like fun. So, why not? Oh, Robert asked a question. When are you coming to visit in Sweden again? I don't know, but you know I love Sweden, so hopefully I'll be back there soon. I want to come and check out your guys' gym, by the way, so when's that happening? I thought you meant to be inviting us or something, so where's my invite, hey? Callum.Wolf asked, favourite spot in the world? Ooh, that is a really, really tricky one. I used to really love Vauxhall, the Vauxhall Walls. That's obviously been knocked down, which is really sad. I also used to really like the Elephant and Castle estate, also not there anymore. I don't know. I need to think about that one for a bit longer. Maverixian? Oh my gosh, why am I so bad at reading these usernames? What is your diet like? Do you eat super healthy? Not as healthy as I should, but I don't know. I try and be fairly healthy. I'm a vegetarian. Not that that means that you're healthy, I'm just telling you a little bit about my diet. It's actually one of my New Year's resolutions, not really resolutions, but something that I want to do in 2017 is learn to cook a little bit better, because not even better, just learn to cook. I'm a terrible cook. So I need to learn to cook, and then I think that's going to help me be more healthy. Fida Faith asked, can you dancing and parkour at the same time? I guess so. I guess depending on what kind of line you do, someone might consider it dancing if it's like super flowy, I guess. Actually, Slava Petin did a video quite a long time ago. I can't remember what it was called. I'm going to look it up quickly. Okay, so it was called Dance London Dance, and that is basically dancing whilst doing parkour. So yes, you can, but he probably does it better than me. Aria00PK asked, how do you know when there is a competition? Do you get invited? Sometimes I get invited. How do I know? Just generally through social media. I mean, most competitions are sort of plastered out there for everyone to know about, so it's kind of hard to miss when the big competitions are coming up. Small competitions, I don't always know when they're coming up, and yeah, sometimes I'll get invited, sometimes I won't. Yeah. Kieran_Martin asked, will you be at Airborn Academy Pro Jam this year? Hope so. Jank_N asked, what's the best age to start training parkour? As young as possible, I guess. I really wish that I'd started training when I was younger. Sometimes I feel pretty envious of these little kids who are starting training already. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know this thing existed when I was that young. So any age, as young as possible, I would say. I've got a bit of a frog in my throat, haven't I? Maybe I should have brought some water up here before I started filming. Never mind. Svishal96 asked, where did you start learning parkour? If I'm interested in learning, how would you recommend I should start? Also, what's the difference between freerunning and parkour? I've read about the last one on some online forums, but I'm just curious about your answer to it. Actually, my first ever time I trained parkour was in Bournemouth with Scott Jackson, Adrian Jackson, and that little crew from down there. But that was just like, oh my gosh, I really have a frog in my throat now. Maybe I should go and get some water. Is this better? Maybe I'll just try and speak a bit higher, like this. But yes, that was more of a one-off session. Then I really started training when I was in Southampton, in the UK. Oh, it's not better, is it? I'm gonna go and get some water. Goodbye now. Oh, hang on. Let me just wiggle down here. Wiggle, wiggle. Is this better? Yes, it is. Great. I feel like I didn't actually finish answering that question. Hang on. Where was it? I've lost where I'm up to. Oh my gosh, I'm still really near the top. Okay, I need to go a bit quicker. If I'm interested in learning, how would you recommend I should start? Oh, I'm not even sat in the middle. Ugh. How would I recommend you should start? First of all, find out if there's any parkour community near to where you are. I think the best way to learn is through watching others and getting advice from other people who already train. That's how I learn anyway. If not, there are so many tutorials and things online. You can learn from the internet. You can learn pretty much anything on the internet these days, so cool. Start with basics, vaults, jumps, all that good stuff. If you have a place where you can learn some flips, then cool, but I wouldn't go chucking your first flips onto concrete. Just my recommendation. Also, what's the difference between freerunning and parkour? Oh my goodness, this is spoken about so much. In a nutshell, the way I see it is parkour is moving efficiently from A to B, all that kind of stuff, and freerunning is when you add some more creative, well, maybe not creativity, parkour can be creative, but like flips, and the forums will have definitely answered this better than me, so soz. Sebastian I just can't say names. Asked, what's your hardest trick? Don't know really. The one that took me the longest to learn for sure is cork. My goodness, did that take me a while to learn. In fact, I'll try and insert some clips of me trying to learn to cork back in. When did I try and learn to cork first? 2010, 2011, something like that. And I think I landed my first one in 2015. It took me about 5 or 6 years to learn how to cork, so that was definitely the hardest one to learn. Balloon_cloud asked, what's your favourite season and nature environment? Favourite season? Probably autumn. or maybe even spring, I don't know. Summer, depending on where you are in the world, can be too hot for me. I find it really hard to train outside when it's really, really hot or really bright. I've got quite sensitive eyes, which my family will take the mick out on me for because I've got really light coloured eyes, alright? So it's harder for me to open my eyes in bright sun. And it's true, you can Google it and they don't believe me, but anyway. That said, much prefer summer to winter, especially for training. Training in the winter is pretty grim. But yeah, probably autumn or spring, those kind of in the middle stages. And what was the other question? And nature environment. Don't know, really. I like being up in mountains. Freya Elizabeth asked, what's your favourite place that you've travelled to so far? P.S. love you. P.S. love you too. I actually get asked this question quite a lot and it's so hard to answer because I like different places for different reasons. This is going to be like, what's my favourite training spot? It's just, there's too many options and it's too hard to pick one. I love New York. I love Santorini. It's great for free running, as you probably have gathered. I also have really great memories from when I first went there with Erik when we weren't really officially together yet, and I feel like that's kind of where we fell in love. Ah. Well, Tobias Roest asked, how did you meet Erik for the first time? And are you guys ever going to get married or getting kids, etc.? Shall I get Erik in for this question and we can see what he has to say? Hang on, I'm going to go get him.
What do you want from me?
What do I want from you? You're in your pyjamas.
Yeah.
So cute! So, how did you meet Erik for the first time? And are you guys ever going to get married or getting kids, etc.?
Why do I have to answer?
Of course I want to hear your answer.
Why?
Okay, so first of all, how did we meet?
Did you forget how we met? That's why you want me to answer it.
No, I remember, I just want to hear your answer.
We met at Fam Jam in 2014.
In Munich?
Munich,
The first place we met was at the Red City. Are you guys ever going to get married or getting kids, etc.?
Yep. Both.
Okay, that was easy enough then. Erik says yes. Off you go then. Back to Counter-Strike.
I'm hungry. I think it's back to eat food.
Yeah, but I would be finished by now, but someone was busy playing Counter-Strike and I couldn't start
Because
filming.
what did you want me to do?
I want you to stop playing Counter-Strike so I can start filming.
No, okay.
Let me just check, because I feel like there might have been other questions for you. Oh my gosh, there's so many questions. So Fee Silk, she's a Ninja Warrior girl. I'm organising a trip to Greece this year, exact destination to be confirmed. I love snorkelling. Which place you visited had the best snorkelling? And any bonus recommendations of things to do and see would be appreciated.
I don't remember any names of them. I think the best place was at that... what was it? Where I did a couple of dives from the rock.
Oh, Agiophilia. That was actually the main place we snorkeled. We didn't really snorkel anywhere else.
But I think it's supposed to be the best place, wasn't it? Like,
Was it?
for snorkeling. Yeah, I think
For
that's
snorkeling?
Snorkeling, yeah.
For snorkeling. The best place for snorkeling, Agiophilia in Lefkada.
How do you call it in
Snorkeling?
Snorkeling.
Snorkeling.
The best place for snorkeling.
Yeah. Bye then. Hello, Tommy. How long and what did you do to overcome the fear when you learned to flip? I always start by learning flips in a really safe environment, whether that's into like a foam pit or with loads of crash mats, so then it isn't so scary, and then I won't move on from there until I'm pretty confident in that move, and then it doesn't feel so scary anyway. But if it is, say, my first time doing a move on concrete, then even if I'm really confident with that flip onto crash mats, it's still a little bit scary, so I just make sure I visualise it loads in my head over and over until I feel like, yes, I can feel exactly what that feels like, and now I can go and do it. I'll probably still be scared, but hopefully less scared. Kelly Upix asked, how often do you train, and is it ever difficult when travelling to have the energy to train or the time to fit it in? Yes, that can be difficult. I normally do some form of training every day. I like to be able to give myself one day off a week just to rest and recover, but sometimes I don't get a day off in a week. That's not always like super intense training. I don't do necessarily free running outside every day, but I would say that I train towards free running every day, minus one day a week, hopefully, if I manage to give myself the time off. Oh my gosh, seriously, this frog. Okay, Kathy Wesser asked, what do you think about drinking alcohol? I don't drink very often at all. When I was younger and when I was at uni, I probably drank quite a lot more and I used to go out quite a bit. But now I very rarely drink. I might have a glass of wine with a meal if I go out for dinner one time. That one time I went out for dinner. Oh, but you actually didn't ask about if I drink. You asked what do I think about drinking alcohol. Obviously, if you're going out getting hammered every night, it's not going to be great and you're probably going to end up with liver problems. Drinking's not good for you, but everyone knows that. But is it fine to have one drink every now and then? Sure. What helps you build confidence when going for new things? Seems to only take you a few attempts to get something super clean. Really? What's your thought process when going to commit for the first time? That was so badly worded, but I tried. It wasn't badly worded, it was probably a lot better than my answer will be. In terms of building up confidence, I'll start with things I am confident with and slowly do more and more of those until I feel like I'm ready to do the thing that I wasn't originally confident enough to do. Wow. And you thought your question was badly worded. Seems to only take me a few attempts to get something super clean. Really? What the hell? Definitely takes me more than a few attempts to get things clean. Although I would say that I try to learn things clean in the first place. So even if it's going to take me a little bit longer to learn them like that, I'd rather learn something clean rather than learning it really messy and then having to correct it afterwards. So yes, with the exception of backfalls, I don't know what my legs are doing down there, but they're like in a world of their own. I just lost where I was up to. Verkio 2, do you remember that time we met? Yes, I do. I met you in Basingstoke. I think we even fist bumped. Bella is crying downstairs. Josh Mayer asks, why do you do parkour and free running? Because I enjoy it. It's really fun and it's also now my career, so girl gotta eat, you know? Artem_pause asks, how are you? How is going your life in the moment? Ah, I'm good, thanks. I've got a bit of a swollen ankle at the moment, but other than that, yeah, all good. How are you? Let me know in the comments below. Preston Crash asks, how do you think your younger self would react if they saw you now? I'd like to think that she would think that what I was doing was pretty cool, but she might just be pretty gutted that I don't have a farm. _Ben Atkinson asks, will you come to Team Katalyst again? Yes, definitely. Had so much fun training there. Want to go back soon. Jade Sparrow 98 asks, how do you keep positive and motivated through tough training sessions? This is something that I could be better at, to be honest. Sometimes if I'm having really bad sessions, I get pretty grumpy about it. Not proud of it, but it's the truth. Sometimes you just need to walk away from something. If it's stressing you out and it's not going well that session, sometimes you just need to go and do something else and come back to it at another stage. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Although sometimes you do need to just like power through, but I don't know. Just try and be more chilled. It's easier said than done though, isn't it? So, The White Wolf 2000, do you want to come to Czech Republic? Yes, I do. We were actually meant to go there last year for a jam, but then I think I had work come up in the UK or something, so we didn't make it in the end. So yes, I would like to visit Czech Republic. Oscar_Roller, how is it to date a Russian? Terrifying. Got a question in from Bench Cave. What did you think of school? I feel like you're taking the piss, but I'm going to answer it anyway. I didn't mind school. You're with your friends. You get to do like lots of activities. I think I'm getting tired now. Maybe it's time to call it a day with this. I'll just try and answer a few more. What's your favourite type of pizza? Some kind of veggie one with mushrooms and veggies. If you were a crayon, what would your name and colour be? My name? Do crayons have names? Are they like makeup where it's like this shade is called like Night Bloom or something? Night Bloom? Don't know where that came from. Maybe that should be my crayon name. Sounds like it's going to be a dark blue, doesn't it? Maybe I'm a dark blue Night Bloom. I'm going to call it a day now because clearly I'm going a little bit... Yes, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do another Q&A sometime, probably not soon, but somewhere along the lines I'll do another one. So thank you so much for your questions and I'll see you next time. And now I'm going to go and have my lunch. Okay, now, bye! Dark blue Night Bloom. I don't even know.